Hi, I'm David Petersen. I've illustrated an edition of Kenneth Grahame's classic children's tale, Wind in the Willows. And to help me illustrate it, I do what I do with a lot of my art projects. I built some practical models to help me visualize and understand what these locations look like in 3 dimensions. Now, this is a model of a cupboard and a plate rack from Badger's Kitchen. Badger's Kitchen is described in the book as just this warm, earthy, just homespun kind of place that you could spend an entire snowed-in Sunday morning or an entire week, really, frankly. I think a lot of the locations in Wind in the Willows are places that we'd all like to visit, but for me, the hominess and charm, rustic charm of Badger's is the place that I think I'd like to snuggle in for the winter. So there's a couple scenes that are mentioned in Badger's Kitchen, and there was one that mentioned the gleaming plates on the shelves and cupboards. So I wanted to make a piece of furniture that could hold it. I think getting some of the feel of the architecture and of the furniture and the period that they were made in helped the illustration sell all the stuff that the text is also trying to help sell. So I went to a dollhouse miniatures store near me to get some furniture. Unfortunately, they didn't have a kit of this kind of a piece, and the pieces that they did have for sale were things that people had handcrafted, and so they were frightfully expensive because of all the work and time involved, which was more than what I needed for reference. So I just thought, I can make one of those. I'll come home. So I took some photographs of what they had on display. I also used to work in an antique architectural store that sold Edwardian and Victorian furniture, and so I had those points of references as well. I used basswood for the construction. Basswood is a hobby wood that's used in a lot of dollhouse work, both for furniture and for the trim for the house itself. You can get it in very specific tolerances and thicknesses and dimensions. I buy it from my local hardware store in kind of a grab bag. So whatever's in that bag is what I have access to. And I just accessed that and found the kind of pieces that would work for myself. To do the end pieces, I cut these on a jigsaw, and to trace out the dimensions for the scallops and the curves here, I just traced coins. I used coins instead of measuring something out or using a circle template or a compass. Just tracing coins I find is a really great way to measure out a diameter. The other pieces were cut on a jigsaw because I was already out in the garage where the jigsaw is, and it made sense to do all that instead of coming back inside and cutting things with a hobby knife or a utility knife. I used a dowel for this plate rack back here, kind of the holder, and then I also used that to make the knobs. I put it into a drill and spun it and was able to turn, like on a mini lathe, kind of the profile of the little knobs that I wanted to make. For the doors, I cut that out of 2 pieces, so the outer frame of this door is one piece and the inner door is a second piece that's glued on the back. So I kind of made these like window shapes and then glued the back panel on. For the plates themselves, I used change. I used quarters. It seemed to make sense. If you wanted gleaming plates, why not use actual metal? But it was also an easy way to use something that would be perfectly round for reference without having to go buy porcelain, china, dollhouse plates. So this is the model of the cupboard from Badger's, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy Wind in the Willows. Thanks for watching.